Every day I speak to another young man who's waking up from the reality of the modern day that we no longer want to be chumps. We no longer want to be those low status, low energy, low testosterone, unhappy, depressed young men. Young men just like so many others that we see around us. We don't want to be addicted to video games or porn or junk food or drugs any longer. I'm so proud and full of respect for the young men that I see putting in the work, even though it's so easy to just slink deeper into this modern day of comfort. It is so easy, as you know, to just wake up, grab your phone, and just start scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Mouth breathe. Literally just messing up your facial posture and everything. Mouth breathing. Mouth breathing is like the opposite of mewing. No, bro. Close your mouth. Put the tongue at the top of your mouth. Even the back of your tongue, press that upwards with a little bit of force. Now you're gonna get a good jawline in 6 months. You've already learned so much in this space of self-improvement and developing your masculinity to now at least being aware of the things to do or to not do to avoid being a chump. And I don't say that to be disrespectful, but I think we can look back at our previous years and think we did fit the category of a chump. I certainly did. I was that teenager who'd wake up and genuinely, I'd fap 3 times before school. 3 times. Late for school, already like musky underneath the bed when you've been in there. It's, you know, that like weird like sweat that develops once you've been underneath your bed sheets for like 45 minutes. Go to school, well, I didn't want to, but you know, I try and like pretend to be sick, but sometimes my mum knew if I was lying or not. Go to school and literally just feel AFK, unconscious. Teacher's saying something, I don't care. I'm literally thinking about what I'm gonna do when I get home. My brain is just elsewhere. I'm just thinking about video games and Minecraft and RuneScape and what I'm gonna do later and which porn star I'm gonna go look at when I get home. Or which teacher I'm gonna go think about when I'm fapping, bro. I was that kid, man. And you know what? I don't think we should be totally hateful and negative, because you can see like with a big smile on my face, I'm almost reminiscent of these days. I don't think that the younger version of us was a chump because of something that was truly our fault. I don't think we were children or teenagers or even adults voluntarily holding our hands up and saying, yes, I'd love to be a chump. This is where I want my life to go. That was never the plan. And we ended up there, perhaps because there's a bigger thing at play. Perhaps because there's an enemy who is against us. Because when you do look around and you see the majority of people live like how we used to live, things get kind of scary when you really think about this, honestly. Because, okay, we've been on self-improvement, we've been improving and stuff, and you know, we've made a lot of progress. You discovered NoFap a while ago, you've tried to stop quitting games, and you've been going to the gym and everything, and then you look around at your friends who seem just unable to appreciate how important this journey is. And sometimes those friends you will try to convince for years and years and years, and they will never get onto self-improvements. And I hope that this doesn't sound condescending. I'm 25, so I'm a little bit older than a lot of the guys that I speak to. So I've had like, you know, some life experiences that a lot of guys who listen to me may not have had. This journey of you getting onto self-improvements, doing the good habits, reducing the bad habits, developing your masculinity, doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it, but then seeing that your friends or family aren't doing this alongside you, it's one of the saddest things ever. I see the kids, or at least, you know, from my perspective as I've gotten older, who were from my high school, who I had a lot of respect for, who used to be like the young athletes and everything. And some of them are fat now. I don't say that to be insulting. And I'm looking like, wait, that guy used to be so amazing in PE. So, you know, in high school in the UK, we have this thing called PE, which is like physical education. It's once a week. 1 hour a week is all the exercise you do in school, man. And there was kids who were really good at it. And it just seems like they fell off. And I looked at some other people. I remember that there was like the young chads, like the really attractive young guys who was dating like a bunch of the girls there. Look at them and like, he's not very attractive anymore. And he looks like he's, no offense, maybe not working like such a good job or something. And there's one beautiful thing that we get to benefit from that a lot of people don't. And oftentimes that person in your high school that you used to look up to, or maybe you still do, he's not going to benefit from this. That girl that you had a crush on, she's probably not going to benefit from this. Your parents might not even benefit from this. Only the men of self-improvement benefit from this one beautiful thing, and that is time. Because when you develop good habits and you reduce the bad ones, time becomes your best friend. Every week, every month, every year that passes, those good habits compound and compound and compound and compound. And suddenly, 5 years later, 10 years later, you've built a body that people can't even imagine you haven't taken steroids for it. You changed so much, you've improved your mental health through years of meditation. Think about how different your life would have been if you literally just, you know, never discovered NoFap or anti-porn, and you just literally were a guy who watches porn for another 10 years. Imagine how differently your life would have went. Because, you know, like day to day, it doesn't feel like there's that much difference. Yeah, I might play some video games. It's not going to do anything. It's just 1 hour, and I wasn't going to do anything productive in that hour anyway. But every small thing that we do, we understand this now that we've got on self-improvement. And if you've been on self-improvement for like long enough, you understand how it goes. It's like nothing really changes in the day that you do the right thing, and nothing really changes in the day that you do the bad thing. But then suddenly you look back and you're like, wait, I've been doing the good thing for like 2 months now. Sweet, I've been meditating for 2 months. Just today, just before I recorded this video, I'm literally putting my uniform on. I'm looking into the mirror and I look a little bit leaner. And I'm like, oh sweet. I didn't really do anything for that today. But the last few weeks I've been doing more cardio. I've been eating a little less. Your flesh is being carved in a different way. It's being slowly sculpted just over time. Because we start with the good habits, we reduce the bad habits, and now time is our best friend. The young men who were once Jeffries, who then get onto self-improvements, start doing those good habits every single day, or as many days as you can per week. Maybe it's 4 days per week, maybe it's 5. And time just keeps going by and by and by. Then you're just left with your results. I've told this story before and I think it's so relevant, even though it's a little bit condescending to a previous friend that I had. Where 9 years ago, I was speaking to a friend, a close friend of mine, telling him that we should both go to the gym, and I was showing him videos of like the guys who were making like aesthetic lifestyle. I was showing him Ziz, Jeff Side, like that kind of like aesthetic guy who's muscular and really attractive and really lean, and he's in like the parties and getting the girls. I was showing them these videos saying, oh boy, this is so sick, we should do this, we should go to the gym. How about we go to the gym and we start eating protein and stuff? And I remember I showed it to multiple friends. They didn't think it was that amazing, first of all, but then they just made excuses. And I'd say to them like, going to the gym is really important, we should go to the gym together. Because quite frankly, honestly, I didn't have enough confidence to go by myself. Like I wanted to go to the nice gym that was in my school, but I didn't really have the confidence for that. I had like a little home gym that my brother had built in our garage, so I could have used that, but I wanted to go to the nicer one.